The Subprime Primer. At the mortgage brokers. Gee, I'd like to buy a house, but I haven't saved any money for a down payment, and I don't think I can afford the monthly payments. Can you help me?
Sure. Since the value of your house will always go up, we don't need down payments anymore. And we can give you a really low interest rate for a few years. We'll raise it later, okay?
Sure, no problem. There's one thing. My employer's a real prick, and he might not verify my employment. Would that be a problem?
Nope. We can get you a special liar's loan, and you can verify your own employment and income.
You guys are awesome! You're really willing to work with guys like me?
Well, we don't actually lend you the money anyway.
A bank will do that, so we don't really care if you repay the loan. We still get our commissions. Wow, let's get started. A few weeks later, at the bank. I'd better get rid of these crappy mortgage loans. They're starting to stink up my office. Thankfully, the really smart guys in New York will buy them and perform their financial magic. I'll call them right away. Let's see what the smart guys are doing. Phew! Better get rid of these shitty mortgages before they start attracting flies. But who would buy this crap, boss? I've got it. First, we'll create a new security and use these crappy mortgages as collateral. We'll call it a CDO or maybe a CMO. We can sell that CDO to investors and promise to pay them back as the mortgages are paid off. But crap is crap, isn't it? I don't get it.
Sure, individually these are pretty crappy loans, but if we pool them together, and only some of them will go bad, and certainly not all of them, and since housing prices always go up, we really have very little to worry about.
I still don't get it.
Look, the CDO will work like this. It'll be made up of 3 pieces, or tranches.
And we'll call them the good, the not so good, and the ugly. If some of the mortgages fail, as surely some might, we will promise to pay investors holding the good tranche first. We'll pay the not so good investors second, and the ugly investors last. I think I'm starting to get it. And because the good investors have the least risk, we'll pay them a lower interest rate than the other guys, right? The not-so-goods will get a better interest rate, and the uglies will get the nice, fat interest rate. Exactly. But wait, it gets better. We'll buy bond insurance for the good piece. If we do that, the rating agencies will give us a really great rating in the AAA to A range, and they'll likely give the not-so-good pieces a triple B and a B rating. Still pretty good. We won't even bother asking them to rate the ugly piece. So you've managed to create a AAA and triple B security out of a pile of stinky, risky mortgage loans. Boss, you're a genius.
Yes, I know.
Okay, now who are we going to sell these 3 pieces to? The assholes at the SEC won't let us sell this stuff to widows and orphans, so we'll sell it to our sophisticated institutional clients. Like who? Like insurance companies, banks, small towns like Norway, school boards in Kansas, to anyone who's looking for a high-quality, safe investment. But surely nobody would buy the ugly piece, would they? Of course not. Nobody's that stupid. We'll keep that piece and pay ourselves a handsome interest rate. That's all great, but since we're only using the smelly mortgages as collateral on an entirely new security, we haven't really gotten rid of them. Don't we have to show them on our balance sheet?
No, of course not. The guys who write the accounting rules will allow us to set up a shell company in the Cayman Islands to take ownership of the mortgages. The crap goes on their balance sheet, not ours. The fancy name for it is Special Purpose Vehicle, or SPV. That's great, but why would they let us do that? Aren't we just moving our own crap around? Sure, but we've convinced them that it is vitally important to the health of the U.S. financial system that investors not know about these complex transactions and what's behind them. Let's drop in on the accountants. Sir, as an investor and a concerned citizen, I demand that you force our financial institutions to show greater transparency and openness in their financial reporting. Blow me. Gee, we never saw it coming. Hey man, what the hell's up? We're not receiving our monthly payments.
Yeah, I meant to call you about that, but it's really crazy around here. It seems that the assholes who took out the mortgages backing your CDO, they're just not able to pay off. Wait a minute. We bought the AAA good piece of the CDO, you know, the safe one. We're supposed to be getting paid first. Well, unfortunately, the loans were quite a bit crappier than we originally thought, and there's very little cash coming in, and I can assure you that we are as disappointed and as you are. But you told me that the housing prices always go up and that your borrowers could always refinance their mortgages. Yeah, that was a bad assumption. We fucked up, sorry. Bad assumption? My frigid Norwegian ass. What about the AAA rating from the agencies? Yeah, they fucked up too. But this security was insured. What about the insurers? Are you kidding? There's no way they have enough money set aside to cover this mess. They fucked up. Well, that's just great, asshole. What am I supposed to tell my villagers? Tell them you fucked up. Fuck you. Fuck you. The end.